iOS 18 is here, and it's packed with updates that will change how you use your iPhone. Whether it's home screen customization, new features for Siri, or improved battery management, there's a lot to unpack. In this video, I'm going to break down all the important details you need to know so you can decide if this update is worth your time. Starting off, Apple has finally made it possible to customize your iPhone home screen layout the way you want. No more being stuck with the default grid of icons. Now, you can drag and drop icons and widgets anywhere. For those who love clean minimalist setups, this is a game changer. But while the flexibility is great, it's still not on the level of what some Android users have been enjoying for years. So it's an improvement, but I wonder if Apple could push this even further in future updates. Another big area that got some attention is the Messages app. You can now schedule messages to send at specific times, which is something that many people have been asking for. Also, reactions to messages have been expanded. You're no longer limited to a small set of emojis. Now, you can react with any emoji or even stickers. These changes are useful, but I'm curious. Does this really make the app more competitive with third-party messaging apps like WhatsApp or Telegram? I'd love to hear your thoughts on whether these improvements are enough. Now let's talk about battery life. iOS 18 introduces a low-power charging mode that adapts to your charging habits. It's designed to extend your battery's long-term health by slowing down charging at certain times. For example, if you plug your phone in overnight, iOS 18 ensures that it charges slowly after hitting 80%, so you wake up with a full battery without straining it. So far, I've noticed some consistency in battery life, but it might be too early to tell how this plays out over weeks of use. If you've tried it, what's been your experience? Siri also got a major overhaul in iOS 18 with the introduction of Siri 2.0. The assistant is smarter, more conversational, and can handle follow-up questions now. If you ask it, "What's the weather like in Paris?" you can follow up with, "What about next weekend?" without having to mention Paris again. It feels more natural. At the same time, while these improvements are nice, Siri has always had stiff competition from Google Assistant and Alexa. Is Siri 2.0 enough to close the gap, or does Apple need to do more to really make it the go-to assistant? One of the more understated features in iOS 18 is iPhone mirroring. You can now fully control your iPhone from your Mac. This is particularly useful if you spend a lot of time at your desk and don't want to keep switching between devices. Plus, you can receive notifications and interact with them directly from your Mac, so no need to constantly pick up your phone. It's a handy feature, but I wonder how often people will really use this. If you're constantly on the move, it might not make much of a difference. But for those who work in one spot all day, this could be a productivity boost. On the privacy front, Apple continues to tighten the screws with more transparency features in Safari. iOS 18 now shows you more detailed information about which websites are trying to track your data. I think it's a step in the right direction, but there's still room for improvement, especially when it comes to giving users more ways to manage app permissions. What do you think? Are these privacy features what you were hoping for, or do you think more can be done? iOS 18 brings a lot to the table, from customizable home screens to a more intelligent Siri and new privacy measures. But as with any big update, there are always trade-offs and limitations. Some features, like iPhone mirroring, might not be game changers for everyone, but they're useful in the right context. Personally, I don't think this update is enough to convince me quite yet. I'm probably just going, keep using my iPhone 15 Pro Max, but I'm more interested in what you guys think. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts.